Seth Rogen, you've worked with an actual tiger.
I did, yeah.
But like a real tiger, or like
a real tiger? Yeah, it was very counterintuitive. I'll be honest. Yeah, I made a movie called The Interview that almost started a war. You might have heard of it.
That must have been the oddest time for you.
It was a horrible experience.
Yeah.
Yes, it's bad to be blamed for almost starting a war. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super weird.
You know, I mean, no, because you must be just getting on with your life and kind of, hey, we made a silly comedy. And,
and then the president was talking about it.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. It was really bizarre. I had personal security, and then one day they just went away. I was like, I guess I'm safe now. Yeah, but there was a tiger.
In your house and everything?
Well, the studio provided the filmmakers with security in case someone from North Korea was going to kill us, I guess. And then literally one day, they were just gone. And we didn't get no one. I called everyone else. I was like, is your guy still there? They're like, no, my guy's gone. And I was like, maybe this is it. This is the attack. But it wasn't. The studio just didn't want to pay for security anymore. And
so no one rang you to say,
by the way, yeah, no, it was literally just one morning I came out, was like, hey, oh no, he's not there anymore. Yeah, and I thought maybe a North Korean had taken him out. But no, instead Sony just didn't want to pay for him anymore. But yeah, it was a weird experience.
But part of the weirdness was you actually wrote a scene.
Yeah.
You wrote this.
Yes.
With a real tiger.
I wrote, yes. And we thought we'd be able to use visual effects like in Life of Pi and have a computer-generated tiger. And then we realized that we had no money, and so we had to get a real tiger from Toronto. I asked the guy.
Nicer tiger.
I actually asked the guy where the tiger came from, and he said he got it from a stripper, which is crazy.
That's quite the act.
It was quite. That's what I said.
It's
like
hard
a stripper
to tip,
and a
though.
tiger. Yeah, exactly. And don't touch her. And the tiger trainer, God bless him, if you were to make a list of things you did not want to hear a tiger trainer say, he systematically ticked every single thing on that list. He would be like, well, we'd be like, is it safe? He'd be like, well, they are killing machines, you know. Okay, that's cool. And he's like, so we were like, is this gonna be okay to shoot? He's like, yeah. You don't plan on shooting this at night, do you? And we're like, yeah, it's at night. He's like, well, they hunt at night, so. And we're like, is it more dangerous at night? And he's like, it's around 30 to 40% more dangerous. And we're like, 30 to 40% more than what? Like, what's our baseline tiger level of danger? He's like, as long as it's not in a big open space. And we're like, it is in a big open space. And then we were just like, should we not do this? Like, should we just not do it? And there was, I'm not joking, 15 seconds of silence. And he goes, no, we can do it. And then the trainer's son, who was 18 years old, was the guy who was training it. And because we were like, why is your 18-year-old son doing it? He's like, he has a much better relationship with the tiger. And there was one moment where he got in a fight with his dad while they're holding the tiger. And he's like, shut up, Dad, I'm doing this. And we're just like, there's a tiger here. No one got killed by the tiger.
Hooray! Happy ending. Reading interviews between you, it's unclear. Like, do you get on set, or do you genuinely kind of annoy each other?
My best friend.
Okay.
Say it. Say it. Come on, man. Say it. We in the UK. Say it. Let them know how you feel. Best friend touch. Come on, man. Come on, man. There it is. Yeah, my best friend.
But didn't he steal your catchphrase?
He always steals everything. You know, when people see me, they be like, yo, Q. Yeah, yeah.
Hey. Do it. Good. I'm not going to say that.
So I say, hey, Q. Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
That's so weak. It has no flavor to it.
We're brothers. We're best friends.
We've got to mention Straight Outta Compton. Congratulations, Oscar nominated. Best original screenplay.
Yes.
And obviously, because the Oscars have now got mired in this controversy this year. So where do you stand on all of that? Like, will you go? Are you going?
I never used to go anyway, so...
You're not boycotting.
You can't boycott something that you never went to anyway. So that's kind of weird. Anyway, no, you know, it's... I look at it as, you know, like a horse race, you know what I'm saying? Once your horse lose the race, you tear up your ticket and go on... and just back on out, you know, because it's nothing really to put that much energy into like that. It's we don't do movies for the industry. We do movies for the fans, for the people. And, you know, the industry, you know, if they give you a trophy or not, or pat you on the back or not, it's nice, but it's not something that you should dwell on. You know, we got accolades from all levels, you know, from our core fans, from our curious fans, from our fans or people who, you know, didn't even think they wanted to see that movie, you know. I think an older generation got an understanding on why we did that kind of music, and a younger generation got a history lesson, and we got so much praise for the movie, and it's like, how could you be mad because one other academy or guild or anybody didn't say it's the number one? You know, it's like, you know, it's crying about, you know, not having enough icing on your cake. And, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Because you guys have both seen the movie, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I think, by the way, that's about the sanest description of this whole process of awards that I've ever heard. I mean, as a way of treating it, as a way of thinking about it, I think it's absolutely.
You were very young when you had to do your first kissing scene. Was it in a TV show? Summerland. Summerland, I think.
Yeah, how do you know that over here?
Because we've done research.
Oh, you did it. You did a deep dive.
We knew you were coming. Really?
Summerland was the first TV show. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Summerland was the first show I ever was on.
And it was your first kiss.
And it was my first on-screen kiss. I think it was like 16.
There you go.
So I was very nervous, and I still get nervous, but I was very nervous for this day.
Yeah.
And it's all about I wanted to make her as comfortable as possible. She was young. I was 17. And went in to go in for the kiss, and everyone's watching. It's a closed set, though. So there was
Makes
a
it
lot of
even
weight on
weirder,
it. Makes it even more awkward.
Yeah.
Like only special people can watch.
Yeah.
And everyone else is on comms.
The ones
like
that
the whole.
paid.
No,
Yeah, exactly. You gotta pay extra to watch. Yeah, that's.
and poor.
Whatever her name was.
Poor Kay Panabaker.
Okay.
Oh, well done. Well, very
He
done.
remembers the names of the chimps he worked with.
Why poor her?
At lunch they serve fish, and the lunch spreads on sets any set. You've never seen food like this. I was like 17. I've never seen like crab legs up for multiple people.
What movie is that? I've never seen crab legs.
Summerland.
TV
So
network
it was a
television.
catered lunch, and my mom was freaking out. We've never seen this much food. It was insane. So I just went to town and I started eating. I was doing only guest spotting, so I had crab, I had salmon, I had all this stuff. And next was the kissing scene, and I was very nervous. And we went in for the kiss. I got out this close, and all of a sudden I shut my eyes and I'm ready to go in, and nothing happens. I'm going further, and nothing's happening. I'm getting further, like thinking eventually we're gonna touch. And all of a sudden I hear, "Oh my gosh, did you have salmon for lunch? Seriously?" I was like, "Yeah." And it ruined a first kiss for her.
Oh,
So poor Kay, I'm sorry. I promise I brushed my teeth. I learned a big lesson that day.
You do carry a toothbrush with you everywhere you go now.
I just had one.
You literally just had one backstage.
You know what? I don't have a full one, but if anybody wants
Little
to...
toothbrush.
Yeah.
That woman scarred him.
Suddenly, remember in the audience, Hope Springs Eternal. He's brushing his teeth.
Yeah,
What does it mean?
Sometimes kissing's okay, though.
Famously, in the last Avengers movie, Chris Evans, former Captain America, he gives you the shield.
Right.
So when you saw that in the script...
That's Chris Evans, by the way.
When you saw that in the script, you must have
Random
been...
shot of Chris Evans. Like, there's one lady back there. Who is this Chris Evans? Siri, who's Chris Evans?
But did you know that was going to happen?
I didn't. We were hanging out. We were shooting Endgame in Atlanta. And Chris being Chris, he's like, yo, you know, why don't y'all come over to watch football on Sunday? So I come in. Chris is like, oh, man, like, I'm so proud. I'm so happy for you. This is great. And I was like, because I found your house? Like, why are you... No, I mean, it's just really great. I'm like, yeah. It's a really nice house, Chris.
Football,
And he
yeah.
goes, oh, yeah, I'm excited about football. He goes, no, you haven't read the pages? I was like, what pages? You haven't seen the pages. Oh, no. I said, no. And this is Sunday, so we get the pages on Friday for the rest of the week. Yeah. So he runs away. I mean, literally jumps over the couch and runs away, right? So I go, and he had this, it was a really cool house. He had a trap door that went down into the basement, and it was a game room. Crazy. But it was the head of Abraham Lincoln. You pulled Abraham Lincoln back, and the trap, it was crazy, right?
There's a lot going on in this.
There's a lot going on. So we go down, and he has all the pages laid out and stuff, and he gives me the scene. And he's standing there looking at me like a proud dad, like, you know? And I read the scene, and I'm like, this can't be real. He goes, that's the scene. That's what we're shooting this week. You're getting a shield. Whoa. So we literally jumped up and down and hugged each other. It was literally...
That's great, man. I love that.
It's like a real posse. It was really funny, dude, because I was so excited, but I was thinking back at it now, I was so surprised how excited he was, because I'm like, you're about to be unemployed, fool.
Yeah. Do you not understand?
Do you not understand?
Yeah. Charlize Theron. Now, we're delighted you're here for all sorts of reasons.
I'm so happy to be. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Such a ham.
Very sweet. Didn't have to say that. Did not have to say that.
Lots of people are going to be thrilled that you're here because it means that Prometheus is finally out. It's in cinemas tonight. This thing, it's been so kind of hyped, anticipated. I've never known anything like it.
It's like an elephant pregnancy.
Yeah, really. I mean, people have been waiting and waiting and waiting. I've seen it. I really enjoyed it, but I feel like I can't say anything about it because...
Yeah, because there's a sniper somewhere about to take you out.
Like Ridley Scott will swing it on a rope and kill me.
Yeah, I've been walking around with that feeling for a long time.
Because when you got the script, did you have to kind of sign a letter in blood to say you would tell no one about it?
Well, a version of that. I mean, it's not unusual with these bigger movies to have them be very secretive, and you know, they don't like to kind of have tons of scripts kind of floating around there. And with this, I think because everybody knew that he had this thing in development for like 33 years, and yeah, so you know,
It's like an elephant's pregnancy.
I think they were. Oh, you're so rude.
Sorry.
God, I'm a lady. God, keep them together and sit still. Anyway, so I was in Malaysia, and it was monsoon season. I was on vacation with my family, and I get this text from Ridley saying, you have to read the script within 2 hours because otherwise it will implode on you, and you have to let me know. And there was this massive storm going on, and I couldn't get a Wi-Fi connection. And I had this little Malaysian man meet me with an umbrella, and we kind of like hiked up this hill in like a massive rainstorm. And I had like my iPad like underneath my t-shirt, and then we found like a tree, and I literally sat like reading. I only read like half a page. It's Ridley Scott. And I should be so grateful.
But Ron Howard, you're the only one. You were a child star. I mean, a proper child star.
Well, I started working when I was 4 years old, and it was on a very successful show in America called The Andy Griffith Show, and then I followed up with Happy Days.
Yeah. But in between, I think this is so exciting. You also worked with Lassie.
Well, I did. I did do an episode of Lassie. I was 15 when I did it. And a small break from school, and this opportunity came along, and they were made so quickly that you never got a second take at anything. I mean, it was just do it, go, fat. And, you know, and Lassie's trainer kind of ruled everything. I had one really good scene where I was supposed to be very emotional because a horse had died that was my horse, and I was holding Lassie like this. And I was seeing that my horse had died, and we did the master shot, and I sort of did a little fake crying, and it wasn't very good, you know, and I knew that. But they were going in for the close-up. Okay, good. Went in, did the close-up. We did one take. I wasn't satisfied with that. I said, sir, director, please. Could I just know if I could do one more take? I'd get it. He said, no, kid, we don't have time. Let's go ahead, okay? Let's get Lassie's close-up. Well, my hand was on Lassie's collar, and I thought, okay, I blew it when it was on me, but maybe I could just emote, you know, just a little crop, a little movement, you know, at a crucial moment. So they were rolling the cameras, and at a certain point when I was supposed to be getting emotional, I did that, and this director, who never did more than one take, said, cut, we gotta do it again. And he walked up to me and he said, kid, don't you ever fucking try to steal Lassie's close-up again.
He's a star.
Yeah. It's an education. It's an education.
I was on a flight once. When I was a kid, I was on a flight, and Lassie was on the flight. In first class. Lassie had his own seat. I went back, but I did get to meet Lassie, and I got an autograph. It was a paw print on a business card.
Wow, well done.
I think there were a few Lassies.
I was going to say,
It might have been Lassie number 6.
No.
Brian, it seemed like the writers on Malcolm in the Middle, were they kind of trying to prove a point that you would do anything, or were they trying to get you to kind of go, actually, I won't do that?
Yeah, they did. They started to think about what can we do that he won't do? What can we write that he won't do? I was strapped on a moving bus. I had 60,000 bees, stinging bees on me at one time. I did a thing where my character was in a depression and he started painting and I was completely covered in blue paint, completely head to toe in blue paint. And, you know, that's how the Goldfinger young woman died.
I was going to say, that's not safe.
That's
right.
not safe
it's not
because
safe.
your body can't regulate the heat if you're covering up all your pores. You look shocked by this.
I am, but
true.
you're alive.
He was lucky.
How long does it take?
He was lucky.
How long does it take for you to cover all your pores and then, like, out? You know what I mean?
Good game, good game.
I don't know, but we were shooting and I was covered in the blue paint, and then as you shoot, you're moving around. And then there was a part of me at one point, I was like, starting to shut down the circuits, and they went boom, and they grabbed me and they threw me in the shower, and they just, it was weird because
What a way to murder someone, right? Like to cover them in
Paint them to death.
You know, it's a very slow way to murder someone. Nearly finished.
No, Mr. Bond, I'm going to paint you to death.
Your co-star, you must know this, Miles Teller from That Awkward Moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
He tells a story about literally women try to break into your house, like quite regularly.
That has happened, yeah, that has happened.
And do you go out? Do you kind of go, excuse me, what are you trying to do, or do you have people who...
Well, I lived in this sort of case study house. It was designed with sort of all windows, like sliding door windows, and literally all the way around the house. So in the middle of the night, there would be taps on the glass at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'd wake up, and this is kind of weird. After it happened a few times, I started keeping a samurai sword by my bed, just because I did, like, whatever.
In case a ninja
in case somebody dangerous. Not that I know how to use a samurai sword at all.
Totally rational. Very rational.
Fans sliced in half by Zac Efron.
That's a lot better than getting curtains.
I did have curtains installed, but they didn't work. Yeah. They would still come up.
And Zac, I should say you weren't in a fraternity, but in high school, it sounds like you played kind of fraternity-esque sorts of games.
Sort of, and after high school, yeah. So I made sure everything, was legit on set.
Yeah. Because you were very good at, it's called sack tap.
How did you know? Oh my
God. They did their homework on this,
weird. Do you want to know what this game is?
What is sack tap, Zac?
See? Seth wants to know.
I'm not sure it's right. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah. And then if you get the person to look below your waist.
And then you can smack
that's
you smack their sack.
That's it. And I wasn't good at it. I don't know what you mean by that. I avoided it at all costs.
You were all-state champion.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what the forums tell me. You were like, super good at it.
The trick was to just play it off like it didn't hurt, and then eventually people would stop doing it. Because if you went and complained, people would just do it more to you. But they don't do that in college anymore. God, I hope not.
You don't care.
I really don't. I just am remembering how much it hurt.
And did you play what's called a sack tap?
Just back there we were playing.
Yeah, we were.
You got me good. You got me good. You got me good.
What else are we supposed to do?
More of a rub than a tap.
I just wonder.